Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 30.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of the 199. Happy to see all of you here. I don't know if you can hear me. I literally just got all of my equipment set up, so I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me. It might be bad. Testing. I have tried. I know you guys are now. You fuckers are saying it's You guys are saying I'm muted, and I kind of halfway believe you right now. So let's see. Okay, I'm not muted. Damn it. I'll have to drop some gifties here in a minute. So I am traveling. I've been traveling. I'm finally in a place where I can set everything up and go live. So here we are. I know nothing about what's going on in the world. I know a little bit. I've obviously been paying attention for a lot, but I've been driving for a long time, and I've been meeting with people and things like that. So it's crazy. So I have a blurry background because it's my hotel room. Uncle Sam says, stop traveling, Jeremy. Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of getting too old to travel. So I may have to start flying, and I don't really want to do that. But I did just watch Florida State lose. So I don't really know how I feel about that, because Florida State beat Alabama, and I wanted Florida State to continue to look good this year. So Florida State just lost in double overtime in Charlottesville. So think of that whatever you want. But yeah, first of all, I want to thank everybody for being here. I see you, Kate, with the $50 and says, oh, beach, where you been? Not on the internet as much. And I got to say, when you're not on the internet all day, every day, your life is significantly happier. And so that's why I decided I have to get back on the internet because I want to be miserable, because that's exactly what the internet does to you. So yes, thank you, Kate. Good to see you. There was a comment that really bothered me, and I don't want to make a big deal of this, but this bothered me. Donnie said, "I've missed CobraCast so much I started watching Timcast." This bothers me. I have failed all of you. I have failed all of you at this point. If you have, I have missed one CobraCast technically by the schedule, okay? And it's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. That's a tough one right there. That's a tough one. Packet Proton says, "Some grifter, look at all the news you missed." I know. So yeah, when I say I haven't caught up on it, I mean, I've seen everything that's been going on, and I haven't streamed a CobraCast since Monday. I was on Tuesday night's main event on Tuesday, but just in a few days, it feels like the world has changed because I've missed a couple of days of news. This is how crazy the world that we are in right now is. Just a couple of days, and it feels like everything has changed. It's been wild. Z Herbs and Spices says 199. Let's go. And also says, without CobraCast, I had to go to a dark and scary places like Cast. You said it first, Z Herbs. You said it first. I know. You meant CobraCast. I am very, very sad that you guys had to go do that. Jared the American says, YouTuber Real American Politics had his YouTube channel suspended without warning under bogus reasons, spam and scam, which he did none of. I'll have to look into that one. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that channel. Flag Ninja says, it was my birthday yesterday. Here's your present for some reason. Happy Jessica. JB username says, can't make the stream, dropping my super chat, keeping the Jew grifter we know and love. Hail the 199. Thank you so much, JB username. Flag Ninja says, early and fig beardo fat. Monica Sherman says, for the let's see, for the rec, America's team was awesome. Okay, I didn't even know what you were saying right there. I'm sorry. Keenan says, did you watch the show Cold Case? I've never seen Cold Case. Buford T Justice for 50 gift or $10, 10 gifted memberships, which is $50. Thank you, Buford. I appreciate you, brother. Hail to you. Let's see, where have I been? Right now, I don't even know what time zone I'm in. I am in the country. I've been in the country. I've just been driving. The problem with me is I don't like to fly. I don't like to fly. And I will do anything in my power to not fly. And so that means that I'm always driving and always on the road when I travel, because I won't fly if I can help it. Phantasmus Knox says, good day and hail. On one hand, I'm miserable with this bad shoulder pain I have right now due to my job. On the other hand, I'm listening to your stream, LFG. Hell yeah. Let's see. Eric K says, you're not streaming has made me watch really good shows and streams instead of you. It's great. Crazy Cuban becomes a new member. Thank you. Zero with the gifted membership. Thank you, Zero. Archer Blade says, New York Post blaming violent video games again. Of course they are. It's crazy. Philip Butler says, did you sell your soul? Today I did, because I'm back on YouTube for the chat. So yeah. But no, I did not sell out to Israel. I didn't sell out to the pro-Israel crowd or the anti-Israel crowd, because I think they're both equally retarded. So I have been seeing a lot of the stuff that's been going on. And I even saw where, was it today? And again, I'm a little confused on, I saw that there was a big protest when Netflix Yahoo did his speech at the UN. There was a big protest, which I thought was very fitting. I thought that, again, you know me, I'm not one of the anti-Israel people, but I can't stand Netflix Yahoo. I think he is the most crooked world leader by a mile. Let's see. John Wayne says, we missed you so much. Was that today? Was that today when they walked out? I think everybody should walk out on him every time. Every time he wants to request an interview, people should decline it Every time he makes a speech, people should walk out on him. He is such a piece of garbage. Radio Faces, world changes all the time these days, my dude. It is true. It's true. Keenan says, did you watch the show Third Watch? I'm not familiar with Third Watch. I am familiar with Cold Case, but I don't think about I don't know if I'm familiar with Third Watch. Sea Herbs and Spices says, it feels like the left keeps digging the hole, then blaming Yahtzees. At some point, there's no hope. Sally Ito with the gift of membership, Shaker Maker says, I can't stand Jeremy. And he put a comma in there. Look at there. Flag Ninja with 5 gifted memberships. Laughing Haffron for 10 says, hey man, hopefully you're having a good day. God bless you. Stay safe on the road. I know you've been busy, so we haven't had time to talk. But thank you for chatting when you had time. Also, God bless the chat. Yeah, we did connect on Discord, so I'm happy about that. And we will connect. We will connect for sure. So one thing I want to talk about really quick, because Kamala Harris is literally the stupidest person on the planet. And I don't even think there's a debate for that. This woman is so stupid. It's incredible. And I saw this clip from her, which just was astonishing to me. This clip right here. Listen, I know a lot of you have probably seen this already, but this is something that Democrats, and specifically Democratic women, left-wing women, love to make things up that never happened in order to get sympathy. Democrats in general do it, but Democratic women are notoriously bad for making things up that never happened. And listen to this right here. I was astonished.
You know, one of my favorite things to see, and it would always happen spontaneously, at our rallies, and thousands of people would come. And there, it would happen, is invariably somebody would want me to take a picture or to hug their child. And someone in the back would hand that.
Is the audio okay? Can you guys hear that? Because like I said, I just got everything set up here, so hopefully you can hear everything. Confirm that before I continue to let this go. Freedom. You, all right, it's good. All right.
Baby over through the crowd. And someone in the back would hand that baby over through the crowd.
Up to you.
People who would
bless the baby.
But pass the baby.
See.
And then pass the baby back.
Pass the baby back.
And I don't know, there was something about that when it would happen. I mean, I could get very emotional about it right now, but you know, I believe that we should always feel that, you know, the children of the community are the children of the community.
Yeah.
I am here to declare something, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I just want all of you in the chat to know that I believe personally that the chat in the YouTube stream is the chat of the YouTube stream. I might be the first person that has ever thought about declaring that the chat on the YouTube stream is the chat on the YouTube stream. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I mean, I could get very emotional about it right now, but you know, I believe that we should always feel that, you know, the children of the community are the children of the community.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Holy shit. I've already heard it like 5 times and it just gets worse every single time. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Of all of us, that
our next leaders, our next thinkers,
and that we all participate in caring about that child.
Yeah.
And in caring for that child.
Yeah.
And there was just something about that.
And seeing the baby travel from the parent.
Yes, and the parent trusted the stranger that was next to them, who trusted the next person, and all of them as though it was their own child.
Yeah.
So let me summarize what they're saying. So they're essentially talking about a group of people in a community that trust each other. So to summarize that, she's talking about a white community. Just so we're clear.
There's something so magical in many ways about that, and about affirming, about you can create an environment where people feel safe and feel a sense of communal responsibility and community.
Yeah.
You know, many of us had the blessing of growing up where, you know, the neighbors were watching out for all the kids.
Right. It was a neighborhood. Your neighborhood was the community.
Right.
Well, again, and for anyone who might be confused, what type of neighborhood do you think Kamala Harris lives in? What type of community do you think that Discount Simon Phoenix lives in? Where's Discount? Yeah, Discount Simon Phoenix. Where do you think Dollar General Simon Phoenix lives? Where do you think the founders of Black Lives Matter lived when they made their millions?
Many of us had the blessing of growing up where, you know, the neighbors were watching out for all the kids.
Right. It was a neighborhood. Your neighborhood was the community.
Right.
Was
and
the tribe.
There's so much about where we are right now that has caused people to feel alone or to feel outside or to feel like they don't belong. And this was just the opposite of that. And I hold on to that. I talk about that kind of thing in the book, and I hope that there is something about what I've written and shared that reminds people about how we all felt, because we're still those same people.
That part.
I just can't believe how I can't believe how stupid she is. It is incredible to witness this. And I said this the other day that at first I was thinking how cringe it was going to be to listen to her. And then I realized how much gold we're going to get from her talking. And that's exactly what we continue to get, because she isn't stopping. Here she is right here again, drunk as hell, making up lies.
Closest election for president of the United States in the 21st century.
Wow, I know that's right. The Howard grad did that.
Here. And a Howard grad did.
Now, the reason is I saw this interview, and I haven't seen this. I just saw the headline. The headline with JD Vance is, "I get dumber listening to Kamala Harris." 48 has been on fire lately, okay? 48 has been on a fire. Here we go.
Right, in part two of my exclusive sit down with Vice President JD Vance, we talked about the growing appeal of socialism, very disturbing, and Kamala's new blame game. Kamala Harris has a new book out. I know it's dog-eared on your nightstand, called 107 Days.
Real page turner.
That's the length of her campaign. She called you in it a juvenile and a shapeshifter, and even almost called you a bad word, but she didn't write the whole thing out. Anyway, she is now blaming the campaign, her loss, for the fact that it was short. That's one of the main things she cites. She had more time, could have gotten more traction. Your reaction to that?
My reaction is, if you look at the polling, both the public and the private polling, the problem is not that Kamala's campaign was too short, it's that it was too long. That when people actually listened to what she had to say, her polling went down and down and down. I think that if we had a 150-day campaign, we probably would have had 3 additional Republican senators, and Donald Trump would have won by an even bigger landslide, because the more people know about Kamala Harris, the more they realize there's no substance there. I mean, agree or disagree with Barack Obama or Bill Clinton, they actually had substance. They could actually articulate a viewpoint. I listened to Kamala Harris for 90 seconds, and I actually feel like I've gotten dumber in the process, and I have no idea what she actually believes. That's the problem.
This man has to be number 48. He has to be.
Problem with Kamala Harris, and it's going to continue to be her problem unless she actually learns how to develop a viewpoint, articulate it for the American people. Just say what you actually believe. Don't do this word salad, talking around in circles. It doesn't work, and it's why she didn't win.
Mamdani's popularity is strong.
Yeah.
In New York, socialist, communist, whatever you want to call him. But his big push is for, quote, affordability. And for young people, and I think this is something you touched on in Hillbilly Elegy,
sure.
For people who feel like there's no hope, that no matter what they do, they can't really get ahead. They've tried, but they can barely make ends meet. That word affordability, and I'll give you free stuff, is very powerful.
Yes, it is.
What does that tell you about the future, especially if this economy, if this economy runs into snags? Does this message of Mamdani's get more attractive?
Well, first of all, we have to give the president a lot of credit here because he inherited one of the worst inflation crises in American history. And we've had very stable inflation over the last 7 or 8 months, sort of 2 to 3%, right where economists typically say that you want it. But there's a lot of work to do because prices got so high under the Biden administration. I actually think most conservatives, where I disagree with a lot of my friends on the right, we make a mistake in dismissing Mamdani as a socialist, as a communist. These things are all absolutely true. I don't care about that. What I care about is why are young people so attracted to this message? And the reason.
Man, JD Vance is smart as hell. And the way that he thinks about these things is exactly what we need. He doesn't get emotional with it. He's like, we have to understand this. That is the perfect approach to this. Listen again. Listen to how he approaches this. Perfect.
So high under the Biden administration. I actually think most conservatives, where I disagree with a lot of my friends on the right, we make a mistake in dismissing Mamdani as a socialist, as a communist. These things are all absolutely true. I don't care about that. What I care about is why are young people so attracted to this message? And the reason is they feel like the American dream is unaffordable. If you're a 25-year-old kid who can't afford a home, if you're a 25-year-old kid whose wages don't allow you to take a nice vacation once a year, who don't allow you to actually enjoy your life, then you're going to be attracted to somebody who's promising free stuff. Do I agree with the solutions? No. But Laura, we just finished celebrating the life of Charlie Kirk just last week. He's a great guy, but Charlie was smarter about this than almost any conservative I've ever talked to, because he recognized that what we have to do is give young people a stake in the future. Housing is too expensive. Groceries are too expensive. Now, I would say they're too expensive because we inherited a disastrous Biden economy and we're making progress. It's only been 8 months, but we've made a lot of progress. But unless we give young people a stake in the future, we can't dismiss their concerns as socialism. They're going to choose socialism if given an option between free stuff and a bad life. We have to make sure they have an option between free stuff and a real life of dignity, of purpose. That's what the American conservative movement can provide to them. But we've got to do a better job at articulating it, or they're going to continue to be attracted to people like Mamdani.
October.
I gotta steal a line from Patrick Bet David, but future looks bright with JD Vance. Future looks bright.
First, if the White House and Congress doesn't agree for a plan to continue funding the government will shut down.
Right.
The Democrat spin machine, full force all day long. It's going to be all week long, blaming the administration for not funding the government, saying Russ Vought is threatening mass firings are going to be permanent if the Democrats don't come to the table. To that, you said?
Well, he's threatening what? He's threatening to try to find a way to make the government function if the Democrats shut it down. We have to realize the Democrats, their whole argument is we are going to shut down the government unless you give $1 trillion for medical benefits for illegal aliens. The major healthcare reform that we've done in this administration is we've made it harder to give your hard-earned tax dollars to medical benefits for illegal aliens. The Democrats want to undo that. And they're saying that unless you give that money to those illegal aliens, unless you give those benefits to those illegal aliens, we are going to shut down the people's government. It's such a stark contrast between two parties' priorities. We want to put the government to work for the American people first. The Democrats want to shut down the government because we won't give free benefits to illegal aliens. It's such a good, again, contrast for what the Democrats stand for and what Republicans stand for.
Yeah, I personally think that shutting the government down is totally fine with me. I'm not bothered by that at all. So whatever, who cares? I remember when this happened in the first Trump administration, so I don't care.
We're not going to be taken hostage. by the Democrats' desperate desire to give your tax money to illegal aliens. We're just not going to do it.
Is it hard,
so we've
though?
put a bill out there. By the way, Laura, the bill that we've put out there that was passed by the Republican Congress is just a continuation of the current levels of government funding. By the way, Laura, I don't even like that. I think the government should be spending less money, but we recognize that we have to, because the Democrats control 47 seats in the Senate, we recognize we need 60 total votes. That means we have to get 7 Democrats, and that means we have to get something that the Democrats can actually vote for. If you can't get 7 Democrats to vote for a clean continuing resolution, if you can't get 7 Democrats who won't shut down the government because they're so concerned about not providing benefits to illegal aliens, then what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to actually, bargain with effectively those who are trying to take the government hostage to give benefits to illegal aliens? We refuse to do it, Laura.
Hey, Sean
Love JD Vance. And on that point, so today, this account said, this is how MAGA responded after Bud Light had the audacity to feature a trans influencer in their ads. So spare us your bullshit about violent rhetoric from the left, JD Vance. JD Vance responded, I call upon all of our supporters to stop the violence against innocent beer cans. And I call upon the left-wing radicals to stop inciting violence against innocent people. What a response. What an incredible response. Holy crap, dude. Oh, man. That is an all-timer right there. I mean... You just can't come up with a better response. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. So I did see this story, or let me read some super chats first and then we'll get to it. Little Orphan Funkhauser says, FSU lost and fight is live. Nice conclusion to my Friday. Go Canes, and since Tua and the Fins are cooked. Hey, I still got faith in the Dolphins. I still got faith. Ladybug says, Hail Unit 199. Bird Up says, North Carolina Senate passed Irina's law that unqualified judge that let the crazy guy walk the streets who eventually killed Irina is still on the bench, though, last I checked. At least we've got some update to that. So thank you, Bird Up. I appreciate it. Buster Nut Smash for 25 says, I thought you went to shit and hogs ate you. All good? I am good. Everything is great. I'm just, again, I kind of told you guys, like, until middle of October, I'm going to be on the road until I'm going all over the place. Some of this is, family obligations, things like that, prearranged things. So I'm all over the place until like the middle of October. But I will stream as much as I can. Flag Ninja says AI is 2 letters. I didn't know that, but thank you. Dorkman says, is it cold in here or is it just me? For Dorkman 20K. Thank you, brother. I know you're always supporting on Rumble. It's just it's tough to set up it's tough for me to navigate Rumble and YouTube when I'm traveling because it's just a laptop I'm on. You know what I mean? So that's the reason. Laughing Haffron says, what JD just said, it's how I feel. I have just really given up hope on a lot of things. I feel like I won't be able to have a home or fall in love or have kids of my own of how everything's going right now. But I still hold hope. You got to hold hope. And like I said, that's something me and you will talk about, but you got to have hope, brother. You can't be black pilling. You can't do it. So you gotta move forward. Gregory for 20 says gas money. Oh, well, thank you. Hey, I appreciate that. I greatly do. And Gregory also sent a member message, says, did you see the video of the decoy standing up, waving the hat as soon as shot range out? PBD has the clip, has it. I've seen a lot of videos going around. It's just the theories are out of control, man. And listen, I'm never going to tell anybody to trust the government blindly. I'm never going to tell you to trust the media blindly. I'm never going to tell you to trust anything or anybody blindly. But the theories that I'm seeing are just so far-fetched that I don't know, man. It just is like, there doesn't seem to be a lot based in reality with it. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not going to tell people not to question things. You know what I mean? So, I lose versus Bama at Georgia. Any hope for Roll Tide? I mean, I'm always going to have faith in Alabama, but if you're asking me like objectively, I would not put money on Bama tomorrow. But I'm hoping. I'm going into it with a positive mindset, but I would absolutely not put money on Bama in any capacity tomorrow versus Georgia. Let's see here. A boy named Blue says, first super chat ever, Jeremy. Have you heard about the pregnant woman overdose on Tylenol? It's sad that they hate Trump so much that they put their unborn child's life on the line. It's heartbreaking. Yeah, I saw, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, brother. I saw a video of a woman discussing a phone call that she received from someone about a woman that did a TikTok about Tylenol. I don't know if it's real. Again, you know, I've been all over the place lately, so it's been hard to keep up with everything, but it seemed like a legit video. And then they showed the video of it. I'm sure all of you have seen this, what I'm talking about. And it was all to own Trump. And there is all these people online that were, just because Trump said, don't take Tylenol if you're pregnant, then all of these pregnant women that have TDS started taking Tylenol. I have been saying for years that TDS is a legitimate mental disorder. I've been proven right. Once again, I get proven right every day on the internet, but TDS is the single biggest, that is the pandemic right there. That is a true pandemic in this country. Trump derangement syndrome is the true pandemic. It's crazy, dude. Like, I think TDS probably started out as a meme early on. It quickly went into reality. It quickly went from a funny meme to legitimately, this is not just a meme, dude. This is like a real life condition that people have. It's crazy. Galactic Troll for $20 says, hail and welcome back. You are appreciated and gay. That's nice. Thank you. Look at that. That's nice. Who doesn't want to be appreciated, but then also insulted? And sent $20. Thank you. I appreciate that. Narco says, Democrat women are just looking for a real man in their lives. Fantastic Knox says, I became dumber listening to Kamala speaking. Darth Chaz says, I believe that people should believe in believing things that are believable. Well said. Very deep. Black Kane says, Kamala supporters literally yelled at a baby. Ginger Cat says, play the Norm Macdonald gobbledygoo clip. I don't have that one on me. I know which one you're talking about, though. Fantastic Knox says, Kamala talking about kids, but she doesn't have any. Crazy Cuban says, lol, hearing Kamala, I don't know what to say. They almost put her the leader of the country. Thank God that didn't happen. Scary times, man. The Herbs and Spices says, if she actually wrote that book, it would read worse than a Dr. Seuss book in terms of young twisters. Hammer of Subtlety says, I am amazed Kamala is still around. I thought after how bad she failed, she'd be in the basement getting tortured by Hillary in Sith robes. Zero says, if Harris and Beardo banged, would the kid be super genius or a hard retard? Welcome back. Park hopping was lit. P.S. Beardo fat. This is why I've been off the internet for a few days. This is not a scenario I even wanted to go through my thought process. Okay? This is why I was off the internet for a few days. And it was a much happier place when I didn't have to think about Beardo and Kamala having sex and producing an ugly, retarded, bearded child. Now I'm not sleeping. I guess we're going to have CobraCast all night now. Objectively, a cat says all you have to do is fact check Kamala's closest election lie. Look at the election map of 2016. Remember, Hillary won the popular vote as well. Very true. 3412 Studios for the Get the membership. Thank you. Magnum Norris says cackling Kamala eats a big brown sausage. Okay, so we got to talk about this. Listen, I don't really know who this person is. I think I remember him at the Charlie Kirk Memorial, but this is really bad optics in my opinion. And I know that a lot of people are trying to pick up, where Charlie Kirk left off, and I think that's very admirable. And we should have people continuing to go out there and carry on his tradition. But this video right here has been making the rounds. Is it Brylan? He says, University of Arkansas, we're on the way to kick off my 10-stop campus tour. What do you notice about this video?
What's up, America? Brylan Hollyhans here, about 30,000 feet up. We are on the way to Arkansas. So everybody in line at the University of Arkansas to kick off my 10-stop campus tour. We are coming to you right here, right now. Stay in line. We have gotten a third room. We have sold out this campus stop 3 times. But we are coming to you. We will fit you in. Students will get priority, but we will make it happen. I cannot be more excited. We are back. We are on the road. We're coming to you one conversation at a time. If you're not at the University of Arkansas, we're coming to a campus near you soon. So check out my tour dates. We'll see you super soon.
He's wearing a Masters polo, flying in a private jet. And he thought uploading this to the internet was a good idea to show how relatable he is to college kids. What? What? Brylan is trying to walk in Charlie Kirk's footsteps. Something Charlie was smart enough not to do, post himself traveling in a private jet. Unless it was that of a campaign he was supporting. Exactly. It's not about the fact that he's in a private jet. I think common sense, it tells you that like people that are traveling that much and making that many appearances are probably traveling through a private jet. It's not about the reality of him doing it. It's the optics of that is not the way you connect to college kids that are trying to, they're going broke to pay for college. They probably have part-time jobs. They came up from, honest upbringing. It's so stupid. It's really short-sighted. And I hope that he learns from it. I'm not trying to hate on this person. I don't know anything about him, but yeah, the optics are terrible. Like this is awful optics. It's not about the fact that you have to be, anybody with common sense knows that's how these guys travel. That's how Charlie Kirk traveled, all of that. But it's truly a flex. That's the point of what he's doing. He's doing that to flex. He's doing that to go, hey guys, I'm in a private jet. Look at me. I'm looking great with my Masters polo on. Like, honestly, like if I'm making a joke, like, this would be this is like white privilege in a nutshell. Okay. Like that is white privilege right there. Traveling, perfect teeth, perfect hair, Masters polo, flying in a fucking private jet. This is, you know what this is? This is the my dad is a lawyer energy. All right. Like, optics, brother. Optics. I mean, are you wanting to connect with young voters? Don't do this. I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe people disagree with me. I don't know, but I just thought it was a very, very bad look. Yeah, that's my uncle works for Microsoft energy right there. That's exactly what that is. Let's see. Laughing Hatford for 20 says, to continue what I was saying, I still have hope and I'm putting my full faith in God at this point. Wherever life goes, I'm just going to go with it. I'll work through it and pray. God bless you all. Stay safe. That's the right attitude, brother. Because look, man, life is no matter what. I don't care who it is. And this is what bothers me about social media a lot of times is people put out. And again, I can only make a judgment based on what I've seen and what I know or whatever. Doesn't mean I'm always right. But in my opinion, people that go on social media and project their life all the time, making it look like they're happy, are filling a void, because happy people don't spam their every moment, their every private moment to social media. They just don't, generally speaking. Yes, there are exceptions to the rules, all of that. But a person that has a happy home and a happy life doesn't think, hey, we're having a great family moment. Let me pull out my phone and take a picture so I can post it to my Instagram. That's not what happens. It just doesn't. Now, you may take those pictures for your own personal memories, but to just initially be like, oh, I gotta put this on Instagram. I gotta show everyone how perfect my life is. I gotta put the right filter on. I gotta put this on. Like, it's just weird. So what happens with that is that we see people doing this a lot, especially on Instagram. We see people posting the literal perfect moment of their day and formulating it in this way. And then they do it every day. And you see all of these other people doing it. And then you're sitting around in your damn underwear, eating Cheetos with your belly flopped over to one side. And I'm just going to be like, ladies, I apologize for the graphicness of what I'm about to say, but this is the truth. Okay. Men, whenever we scratch our balls, we take a sniff every time. It just happens. It's what we do. I don't know why, but we do it. We scratch and we sniff it. We just do. I don't know why. We just do it. So we're sitting around eating Cheetos with our belly flopped over to one side. And we're seeing all this perfect stuff posted on all these social media. And we're going, I am a loser. What am I doing with my life? And over the course of time, that just builds up in your head and it just makes you more and more depressed if you don't have anything going on. And so that's the danger of social media, unfortunately. So, but I appreciate the 20, brother. Thank you so much. And what was it the other day? Oh gosh, hang on. Now that I'm thinking about this, Pat McAfee. All right. I literally, hang on. Pat McAfee. The other day, Pat McAfee almost got busted doing exactly what I just got done saying. Hang on. I gotta find it. Is this it right here? Yeah, okay. So Pat McAfee. All right, here it is right here. He was on, this is on game day, I think, and he was diving and he reaches down. He almost did the sniff like I'm talking about, and he caught himself. Watch. You see, he grabbed the microphone real quick because he knew he was on national TV. He knew he was on national TV. Pro move from Pat McAfee. Pro move, because he almost did it on national TV. Good job, Pat. I respect it. It was a nice save. But he 100% almost did it. Kate for 20 says, donating to the all-night CobraCast. That I can't do it all night. I can't. I apologize, but I would like to, but I do have stuff I got to do tomorrow. But a boy named Blue says, also wanted to thank you for inspiring me to be more confident. You once said never fucking apologize for your opinion, and that inspired me to not give a fuck about people trying to tear me down. Thanks. Hey man, I stand by that 100%. Look, man, like the internet's a crazy place, and you can 100%. And I know people, and I'm not going to call any names out, but there are people that have been audience captured by their audience, and they're scared to be honest with their audience. I'm not. And it's all relative. If you have a group of 5 or 6 friends, you want to, I mean, we all get roasted by our friend group, but you know what I mean? But we all kind of get audience captured, whatever that is, whether that's 5 people, 500 people, 10,000 people. And YouTubers get audience captured all the time, and they just don't want to be honest with people. And you just can't worry about it. Like weak-minded people you can never worry about people that you can't cater to anyone that's one opinion away from stabbing you in the back, because you will never win that person over, and they will eventually always turn on you regardless. So anybody, whether it's online, whether it's in real life, whether it's a coworker, whether it's a family member, whatever, if you have that person in your life that they are one opinion away from them losing it, they're always going to lose it. You are only doing a disservice to yourself by dancing around that person. If you know that they're one opinion away from being triggered, and if you just dance around your opinion for them, you're doing a disservice to yourself, and you're just prolonging the inevitable, because that person's going to get triggered at some point. You might as well get it out of the way sooner than later, and go ahead and establish that line now, because it's just not worth it. It's just absolutely not worth it. Jeremy the Cyborg, the 500 Club, says the thing about the government shutdown, the bureaucracy that keeps blocking Trump is what gets shut down. How you doing, Jeremy the Cyborg? Hope you're doing well, brother. Nick C says 100 years from now, the history books will say Trump walked so Vance could run. I've talked about this a few times about with Trump. And 100 years from now, they will write stories about Trump, and people will not believe them. People will say, there's no way that guy did that. That will happen. They're going to look back and they're going to go, people are making this up. People are making up stories about what this guy did. There's no way that guy, when he's under immense pressure from everyone, there's no way that guy would maybe be under pressure to release the Epstein files, and instead he decides to release the Earhart files. No way, right? There's no way somebody would do that. Well, Donald Trump did that today. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it right here. Here it is. Trump ordering my administration to declassify and release all government records related to Amelia Earhart. That's what he did. He did it today. Release the e-files. Donald Trump says Earhart. What? He made a big tweet about it today. I'm like, what is this guy doing, dude? I don't know what he's doing. I really don't. I don't know what the hell is going on with this dude right now. I'm confused, as all of you are. So there you go. Laughing Alfred says, all right, I'm going to head to bed. God bless you guys. Got a voice acting class tomorrow, and it's going to be at 10 a.m. So I need to get some sleep. God bless you, Jeremy and chat. Hey, man, get some rest, brother, and knock it out of the park. Ruben Christopher Haynes says, annoy the libtards. Let's start calling JD48. Let's do it. It's perfect. It is perfect. Narco says, say Asina. Well, hang on. How did Beardo say it? Am I supposed to say it the right way? Or am I supposed to say it the Beardo way? Hang on. Tree Bear's got a meme, which is the greatest meme ever, by the way. Hang on. Tree Bear. Hang on. Tree Bear with your stupid spelled name. I can't find you half the time. There it is. All right. How did Beardo say it? God, this meme is so good. Look at this meme. Ace Timoniffin. This is one of the best memes I have ever seen. What's up, Linko Kenobi? Ace Timoniffin. Beardo looks so stupid. Like he has all the answers. Oh man, Tree Bear is the GOAT. Eric K says Tupac is Kamala's favorite living rapper, and her favorite is all the songs and albums. It is a personal question. Yeah, that's true, man. So Kamala Harris legitimately said Tupac is her favorite living rapper a few years ago. That is what she said. Tupac died in 1996 in Las Vegas. But yes, Kamala's favorite living rapper is Tupac, apparently. So there you go. Oh, by the way, thanks for Ryan for the raid. I saw he raided before we went live, so appreciate that, Ryan. And what is this? Angry woman versus non-English speaking delivery driver? Is this real? No way this is real. Is this real?
You know what? Because you're an illegal and you know what? You don't live in Flower Mound and you're door dashing. You know what? Why are you entitled to be here with an illegal card? Go ahead.
I don't know.
You know what? I'll do that.
Just is homophobic?
No, speak English.
Yeah.
Well, then speak it.
But why?
But why? You know what? You're in Flower Mound. You know what? Go speak your language back in Mexico. You know what? Exactly. Hey, you're taking away jobs. You think it's funny? Okay.
This is, with all of the stuff we see, I'm 50-50 on if this is real or not. It's funny, but I'm 50-50 on if it's real. I don't know, man. It's really hard to take these things seriously.
I can get in your face too.
Thank you.
Let me see your driver's license.
Your police?
Huh?
Your police?
Yeah, you know what?
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's real or not. I really don't. Like, what led up to this? How did this start? Like, it's called a delivery driver, but like, was she delivering to a parking lot? Like, I don't know. I think this could be fake. I don't know. I mean, it could be real too, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. So, what? Fake? Someone? Let's see. Hang on. Everything could be AI now. Well, I don't think that's AI, but I do wonder if it's one of those Instagram gimmicks that people are throwing together. Let's see here. There was another clip that I wanted to show you. DJ Fisty first says Jeremy Bald. That's rough. Wizard Man says life is all about embracing the suck. Mo Zamboni says Jeremy currently looks like a PS2 era cutscene. Yeah, so I have the back behind me blurred just because I don't know. It's something I'm trying out from the hotel room. Ministry of Wrong Thinks says the amount of contradicting conspiracy theories on Charlie is insane. They're coming up with theories for every person event, like Star Wars fans making fan fiction stories for every alien in the Katina. Yeah, I mean, as I've said, I mean, you guys know how I feel about the crowd that, you know, is pushing a lot of that, and it is what it is. in terms of like Candace Owens, who's, you know, behind a lot of it, if you think Candace Owens is stupid, you have not paid attention to Candace Owens. She ain't stupid. I'm not saying she's right at all, because I don't think that at all. I'm just saying Candace Owens is not a stupid person. Candace Owens knows exactly what she's doing, and she knows what her goal is. She ain't dumb at all, but she knows what she's doing. And again, I want to be clear. I think the things she is saying is insane. Absolutely insane. But she's not insane. She is smart. She's very smart. Gregory says, I drove by Mar-a-Lago the other day. Across the bridge, it just looks like normal Florida. It's great. Yeah, it's beautiful over there. Beautiful. Omar says, Beardo and Kamala baby, fear the word salad. God, don't even tease that. Ministry of Wrong Things says they hate Trump more than they love their babies. Dirk says it's a friend's plane, but it doesn't look great. I looked pretty good if you ask me. The plane we were talking about. Also, like today, Erika Kirk made an appearance on the Charlie Kirk show, and people have been going nuts over that appearance. They've been basically saying that, you know, how dare her smile and how dare her be happy, and it's like, what are we talking about, dude? Like, this is how people, like, I don't know how to tell people how to grieve or whatever. I have no idea, but yeah, so people, I watched it while I was driving. I was listening to it, and I was you know, just seeing like some of the chat, and they were just calling her all these names, and I'm like, good Lord, the internet is crazy, man. So that's kind of where that whole thing is. So right now, the latest theory is that, from what I understand, is Turning Point USA is part of this now. They're theorizing that Turning Point was involved. And I'm like, wow. Okay. So that's the latest theory we're going with now. Interesting. I mean, okay. More power to you if that's if that's the hill you want to die on. But that's the latest one, is that TPUSA was behind it now. And so I'm guessing that by this theory, Erika Kirk was behind it as well, because there was a guy on Twitter that came up with like some crazy theory that Erika Kirk is a Mossad agent. And let me see if I can find that one, because I think I bookmarked that one. Yeah, there was they were saying Erika was behind all of it. She's behind all of this. So yeah, let me see if I can find it really quickly. No, I had it. Yeah, here it is right here. Here it is. No community note on this one either. Here it is. I don't know if this is a troll or what. Linked files reveal Charlie Kirk's wife, Erika, is a child trafficking Mossad agent. There it is.
Widow, a nation watching in sympathy. But scratch the surface and the mask falls fast. The widow might not be who she says she is. Evidence is emerging that she was groomed, trained, and positioned in place, not to mourn, but to inherit.
This is why I laugh at the anti-Israel crowd. It's why I just meme on them. Because they are so far gone in their theories that all you can do is meme on them. All you can do is laugh at them. It's unbelievable. I don't know who this guy is, but there you have it. So but I saw it because Quartering tweeted this out. 10,000 likes on a video that is 100% going to get this idiot sued into oblivion. I hope the X revenue can cover it. And so when it now has 32,000 likes, 4 million views, 32,000 likes. Now, to be fair, I think we have to understand something about likes, because you see it has 20,000 bookmarks as well. Something we have to understand about likes. likes are not, first of all, they were never accurate to begin with in terms of a gauge of what people were thinking. But now a heavy majority of people use likes as a bookmark. So that has to go into consideration. And so especially with it having 20,000 bookmarks, as in the house is Jews everywhere. I know it, dude. It's amazing. Hail to the silverback. As was right. As was always right. But yeah, like, so that's why I just meme on these people and laugh at them, because there's literally nothing you can do. There's no conversation that you can have with them. You can't just sit down and go like, hey, so you think Israel's got a lot of involvement in the American government? You think that all this is going on? Let's have a conversation. They're like, and then they'd go, well, you don't believe it? You don't believe everything I'm saying? I'm like, well, I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm just saying, like, oh, that's something a Mossad agent would say. You're part of it. You're a shill. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I literally want to understand what you're talking about. And they are so deep in that rabbit hole that they can't even have a conversation with someone who's genuinely going, yeah, you probably have a point. Can I maybe understand that? Well, why would you ask that question? Like, because I'm interested? They're like, are you recording? It's like crazy, dude. It's absolutely psychos. So yeah, meme, laugh, and meme some more. 8 o'clock says, that lady needs to see the damn clip. That'll calm her down. Let me see. Do I have the damn clip available? Let's see here. Damn! One more time for the people in the back. Damn! Boom. Let's freaking go. Someone says, Jeremy, stop boxing me in with those freaks. Listen, man, self-awareness is a very, very powerful thing. It's a very powerful thing. I think self-awareness is one of the most important traits to have on the internet. And if you are part of the anti-Israel crowd and you don't understand that that group of people are fucking crazy, then you don't have self-awareness. I'm an Alabama fan. Alabama football fans are retarded. Literally and figuratively. Some of them, their moms and dads are brother and sister or cousins. But they also can't get, for years before Nick Saban got there, all Alabama fans talked about was Bear fucking Bryant. Bear Bryant, Bear Bryant, Bear Bryant. It's like, dude, it's 1985. It's 1989. It's 1996, and you're still talking about Bear Bryant. Alabama fans are the most obnoxious group of people you will ever meet. I was born and raised as an Alabama fan. They are the most obnoxious people on the planet. I don't get upset by admitting the truth of that. I'm one of them, though, and I acknowledge how crazy they are. If you're part of the anti-Israel group and you can't understand that most of these people are fucking nuts, then that's on you. Self-awareness is a very powerful thing. Accident Seller says Hegseth's Tuesday Summit is a season finale, Red Wedding style. He's going to ambush all woke remnants while the steak is rare and the red wine flows. DJ Fisty says Jeremy Karen. Okay, that is awful. That is awful. Ministry of Wrong Things says people who never even watched Charlie are now morality, or let's see. What is this? I can't even see it. Are now I can't even see it on my screen. Harassing his widow and telling her how to grieve. I think somebody just knocked on my door. We're going to ignore it, though. Hang on. I think we're going to ignore it. We're just going to hope it didn't go. We're going to hope it goes away. Ministry of Wrong Things says Andy No and Antifa are freaking out that they are losing the narrative and desperate to cause division with the right. I wonder how many people of these conspiracy theorists are Antifa. And yeah, I don't know. It is a crazy thing. It really is. It's Mossad. Psychmonger says, do you and Erica have the same massage handler? Probably not, because I'm not getting paid. Have you seen Review Tech USA video? Which one of him basically laughing at the whole situation? That's the only one I'm aware of anyway, if that's the one you're talking about. I tend to, so Review Tech USA falls in the category of a YouTuber that I don't really think is worth attention. And that's just me making a personal judgment on it. I mean, I don't, there's no rule book on it, but people like Destiny, people like Review Tech, I just don't think they're worth talking about, because that's literally their goal, is to get talked about. They want other YouTubers to react to them, to be triggered by them, to be upset by them. That's what their goal is. And when I can see that, or when I pick that up from someone, I don't want to even discuss them or react to their content, because it becomes less interesting when it's clearly what they are trying to get out of other YouTubers. And so that's what that would be my take on it from him. So I just don't pay him much attention. What's her name? So when it was, I've made this comment about when I used to roast G4 and Frost. They didn't want that. I know for a fact, because I talked to people at G4, and it was fun roasting Frost. What was her name with Kotaku? The Alyssa girl. It was clear she wanted people reacting to her, and she was loving it. So I roasted her for a few times, but then I picked up real quick. I'm like, this chick wants us reacting to her. Yeah, Alyssa Mercante. Yeah. I was like, this chick wants us reacting to her. I don't want to react to her specifically for that reason. So I'm not saying other people can't. That's again, I reacted to many people that others would probably think, the same. So no one's perfect in this. But for me, Review Tech is 100% that guy, and Destiny. Happy Jessica. That's right. Have you guys wished Jessica a happy Jessica yet? If you haven't, you should. It's necessary. It's part of the rules around here. Chartart says, Range Daybro made a solid video on the real angle of the shot, minus the fact that he showed the wrong vantage point. There's just so many of those videos. Muller Ram says, the Mossad asked me to pass this along to you. Rocketron says, I remember asking you about avenues to getting my old YouTube channel back, and you said to email you. I've heard they might reinstate channels soon, so I might as well give it a try. Which email is best? Jeremy at geeksandgamers.com. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, so that whole thing with Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes being back on YouTube, I guess that those were new channels that they started when they heard the return was happening, which I should have caught on when I saw it, because Alex Jones only had like 15,000 subscribers. And it's like Alex Jones' YouTube channel that got banned had several million subscribers, whether it was Alex Jones or InfoWars or whatever it was called. So I really don't know what YouTube's play is here with this whole thing. I have no idea, but it seems to be specifically around COVID and 2020 election fraud and stuff like that. But we'll see. Big Trouble Media says, who would you want to babysit your kids, a crazy lefty or Chris Benoit? Holy crap. Homeschool your kids at that point. I mean, homeschool them anyway. That would be my recommendation. Becca Nader plays for 50. Says, hey, Jeremy, I've been listening to you for a long time, and you've inspired me to start my own gaming channel. I just hope I can match your professional production quality. Sir, I intentionally set a very low bar for all of you so that you will surpass it the moment you hit play. You will have surpassed me. Hey, man, seriously, good luck, man. Good luck. Sky's the limit. You can only, it's all you can do is start out and try. I've talked about it many times before, before I was doing the YouTube thing. I watched a lot of creators, and there was this one guy that I watched. He was like a tech YouTuber. And I remember, I've said this story many times, but I remember he hit like 20,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. And he wasn't like a guy who had a ton of like perks or whatever, but he hit like 20,000 YouTube subscribers. And I remember looking at that going, man, that guy must get all the chicks. 20,000 subscribers, man. All you got to do is walk into the club, walk into anywhere and go, here's my YouTube channel, girl. What's up? You know, like I just was, and I not, it's just a joke, obviously, memeing on that. But like, I just like, man, this guy, like having 20,000 subscribers must feel amazing. It must be the greatest feeling in the world. And, you know, and it is, it was awesome. It was awesome when I got to 10,000. It was awesome when I got to 20,000, but it didn't, your perception of it when it's you is different from when you see it happening to other people. And you're always watching other people. You're always watching to see what other people are doing. And you're always going, oh man, that person's got all these views. My channel sucks. Now, it's not because you're unhappy with it. It's just that the algorithm is the algorithm and people have good content and it resonates with certain people for different reasons. I just saw the Real Life Fake Wizard in here. He's crushing it. His video, like he's got banger videos. They got like hundreds of thousands of views. He's doing awesome. But yeah, so all you can do is what you can do. You can't really worry about what other people are doing. And unless you start, and unless you put yourself out there, you're never going to know the answer. So good luck, man. Good luck. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, it is not interesting that the same day Comey gets indicted, it comes out that there were almost 300 FBI agents planted on J6th. Not a coincidence, in my opinion. Tommy says, I don't know it was Jessica's good Lord, what the hell super chat is this? I didn't know it was Jessica's Jessica. Happy Jessica. Poof. Real Life Fake Wizard says, I started with the inspiration of watching you, bro. That's bullshit. Are you serious? I figured you hate me because you hate Nintendo, and I'm a Nintendo shill. So no, that's cool though. I do. Your content's awesome, man. You're doing great work. But if I helped inspire you, I do appreciate that. I don't believe you because you do really good work, and you know you're much better at this than I am. So, but congrats, man, on all your success. Let's see. Alan says, Alan, you don't need to do that, bro. You don't need to do that. Don't. Bad for you. Trump said so, okay? Oh, as a matter of fact, here's Joe Rogan talking about it. Alan, let's listen to what Rogan says about pregnant women taking Tylenol.
I've been fascinated by these videos of pregnant women taking Tylenol to show Trump that they don't believe in what RFK Jr. is saying, that somehow or another anti-science, when this science came from Harvard. Mm-hmm. That's where the study came from. I mean, he's not making things up. And these people are like on TikTok, they're pregnant women taking Tylenol.
As a matter of fact, I want to find the video that I was talking about the other day with this woman talking about this scenario. It's absolutely insane. And by the way, real I'm back. I'm a fucking idiot. Give me a minute. I'm back. I don't know if you guys can hear me. So it's just as I was telling people how bad I am at this. All right. All right. Sorry about that. All right. 1992 space movie with 20 gifted memberships. Thank you. But no, Real Life Fake Wizard says, yes, I've been watching since TLJ. The Acolyte was so bad, I put on a fucking wizard outfit to make videos. That's what I'm talking about, man. Hell yeah. Well, congratulations, man. It's awesome to see. Okay, so that was the most enjoyable part of the stream. I mean, I don't disagree. Okay, here is the video I was talking about. Here's the video I was talking about.
You know, it's going to be 6 a.m. finally. So it's about, you know, it's going to be 6 a.m. finally. And for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I recommend that you do. I got a call, a very frantic call at 4 o'clock in the morning from a husband whose wife is now dying of liver failure on a ventilator in an ICU because she was trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism because of what Trump said on the news. Mind you, that's a Harvard study. Now, whether or not you believe the Harvard study or not is not the issue here. The issue is that she's somewhere between 23 to 25 weeks and she overdosed on Tylenol and she's going to die. She's not going to come off that ventilator. And the guy got my phone number from somebody gave it to him. I mean, guys, it's early in the morning. I'm still in Hello Kitty sweatpants.
I mean, last I heard, like, there's no community note on this. There's no community note that I'm aware of. Yeah, so this is real, apparently.
You're on a ventilator in an ICU because she was trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism because of what Trump said on the news. Mind you,
TDS.
that's a Harvard study. Now, whether or not you believe the Harvard study or not is not the issue here. The issue is that she's somewhere between 23 to 25 weeks and she overdosed on Tylenol and she's going to die. She's not going to come off that ventilator. And the guy got my phone number from somebody gave it to him. I mean, guys, it's early in the morning. I'm still in Hello Kitty sweatpants in my gym trying to work out. And she's going to die. It's going to be, let me tell you something about Tylenol overdosing and death, is that if you aren't administered the antidote, it is a very slow and painful death, okay? Because Tylenol, as well as Benadryl and aspirin, are the three most common OTCs that people will typically try to unalive themselves with, so I don't get censored. But now people are just taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove Trump wrong. I mean, weren't these the same people who put Harvard and Fauci and the pillars of science on a pedestal? And now they refuse to believe it. Like, I don't believe it either. But I'm also not going to go overdose on Tylenol either. And it's just so sad because he has to make the choice of them going and trying to emergency deliver this baby, and the baby may not survive.
It is hard to, like, this may sound bad. I do not feel sorry for people that literally hate my guts and want me dead when they do stupid things because they're not smart enough to, do simple research and not be deranged. But I do feel terrible that there's an innocent child involved with this. And that is the danger of people on the left listening to the lies of people on the left, continuing to poison their minds. And now you have an innocent child that has been caught up in this, all because you wanted to own Trump. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely insane.
Baby's going to spend a long time in the NICU. Hopefully the baby will survive. And remember, guys, preemies have complications even if they do survive. I didn't ask him if he had more children. So, I mean, let's say this woman they had more children. They lost their mother. Baby's not going to grow up with the mom. He lost his whole life if this baby dies too. All because of TikTok challenges, guys. Everybody wants, well, not everybody, but maybe these crazy liberal women. They literally hate Trump so bad that she killed herself and her baby potentially. I'm just I don't even have words for this because it's such a waste of life. It's such a waste of life. This was a preventable situation. This situation didn't even have to exist.
It's not preventable as long as people like Jimmy Kimmel, who returned, and it looks like one of the providers is going to bring him back as well. One of the providers that was holding out when people like Jimmy Kimmel are allowed to just lie with nobody checking them whatsoever, just straight up lie constantly about President Trump, about his supporters, about what's going on. When people like Van Jones sit there on CNN and straight up lie. When MSNBC sits there and just lies all day long about President Trump. It's not preventable. As long as this is happening.
It wasn't like she woke up and was in a car accident, a freak car accident, or something fell off a building and killed her. She willfully did this herself. So I don't know. What are you guys saying? I've got to stay off TikTok because that's all the nonsense that I keep seeing right now. And I'm going to try and hopefully finish my workout in my Hello Kitty sweatpants now that I'm done helping. Well, I mean, probably not done helping this guy. He keeps calling. But I don't know. Pray for these people, folks. Pray for them.
So again, this video had a lot of traction. It's got 8 million views, 91,000 likes. No community note on it as it stands right now. Like I said, I've been traveling a lot, so maybe I'm behind on something. We'll see. Dark Schwartz Rising says this is so sad. Wow, that's all I can think to say right now. It's really unbelievable. Pentient Tangent says, I've seen 3 different videos with 3 different women with almost identical stories. Might be fake. Hey, I mean, I would love to be able to disprove it. If there's more information, tag me on Twitter if there's anything out there. John Wayne says, welcome back, Fig. Yeah, I mean, I was gone for all of a few minutes. Braid Zone says, don't call it a comeback. You've been here for years. Eric K says, wears the same thing as Beardo working out, hoodie and Hello Kitty sweatpants. The child inside did nothing to deserve that. They did not ask to be brought into the world, only for the mother to destroy it. Very sad. I agree. Tommy says, longtime super chatter, first time watcher. My mom's dog's first 3rd birthday is coming up. Wish him well. This is what my chat is basically right here. Dumb shit like this. And I love every single bit of it. Thank you, Tommy. My mom's dog's first 3rd birthday is coming up. Oh man. Eric K says, in the old days, evolution would have weeded these people out before they could try to breed. Yeah, I mean, look, man, the perception of social media, it is what it is. You gotta filter through a lot of this stuff. Right, the guy says in 2017, Tylenol said they don't recommend taking it if you're pregnant. So Trump was right again. TDS seriously rotting people's brains for $20. Thank you. And I agree. And yes, Tylenol has a tweet from 2017 where they are directly recommending, pregnant women not to take it. Misery of Ron Think for 20 says Tyler Fisher, comedian, kicked off Fox's Gutfeld for sexual harassment. I know why you typed it that way. For asking a girl out for coffee and now is looking for a defamation lawyer. The girl he asked out wasn't the one who accused him. She said, yes, F Fox. I remember that story, actually. I do. I remember that story. So, very interesting. Yeah, we've had, I think Tyler Fisher's been on Friday Night Tights, I think. So, where's the Rumble stream? Yeah, so like I said, when I'm traveling, it's just like, because I'm going to be going live from my phone, and I could set up through StreamYards on my phone, but the audio sucks, so I'll just have to go directly live through YouTube when I'm doing like a truck video or something. So it's just, Rumble just needs to make shit easier, man. They make it where you jump through all these hoops, and they but I'm glad they signed Dr. Disrespect. I'm glad they did that. Congratulations. Then he celebrated like he won the fucking Super Bowl when they got his monetization back on YouTube. The gaming ambassador, Dr. Disrespect, the gaming ambassador. Sounds okay. Hey, I'm the gaming ambassador. I'm just going to cheer like I won the Super Bowl when YouTube gives me my monetization back. What does gaming ambassador mean? Like, has he done anything? Has he helped any creators? Has he went on their streams? Has he offered to go on anybody's stream and stream with them? Be an ambassador? What does that mean? Yes, Gary should be the ambassador. Absolutely. By the way, I don't Alex Jones the other day. I don't know if you guys saw what Alex Jones did, but Alex Jones for a short period of time had a new look. He had a new look, and a lot of people liked the new look. I thought it was a good look too. I was like, oh man, that's very unique. It's very original. And yeah, you know, here it is. Alex Jones right there. So I mean, I think this is very original. I can't believe I've never seen anyone with this look before. This is the first time. The first time anybody's ever had this look. So it's pretty amazing. And he says, I'm officially joining the Democratic Party as of today. In celebration of their wonderful work, I have now adopted a hairstyle that matches their policies. Oh, man. Yeah, how can you not love Alex Jones? Even when I disagree with him, I love him to death, man. Like, he's just the best. It's absolutely fantastic. There was a clip of him talking about it. I don't know if I can find it. Is this it? Hang on. Hang on. I got Michael Jordan walked so Alex could run. No. The internet is so. Oh, God. That's amazing. So. Yes.
You know, within an hour, it's going to be Jones goes full Nazi, endorses Hitler. Now, when all these comedians do it, it's great, and they do it in movies, it's fine. But they think you're stupid. They will misrepresent and say that I am now a National Socialist, National Socialist Workers Party. That is absolutely not true.
Alex, my goodness, man. 1992 space movie for $20. Ed says, I joined Criticless after Tuesday night's main event and did a review of my favorite film. I'll let you guess what it is. TDS is one hell of a mental disorder. Putting your life and your kids' life in danger over this is horrible. Happy Jessica. Happy Jessica. Let's freaking go. Well, I am very certain what movie that would be, 1992 space movie. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. But yes, if you are not on Criticless, you should be. Why are you not on Criticless, chat? I'm trying to pull it. I haven't signed into it over here. Let's see, sign in. Let me sign into my Criticless really quick. Let me see how many followers I'm at. Happy Jessica. Happy Jessica. All right, let's see here. Profile. Here we are. I'm almost there. So I am at 958 followers on Criticless. So I'm almost at 1,000. So there you have it. If you're curious about what Criticless is a movie review community / website. Has an app on Android and Apple. And it's basically a Rotten Tomatoes alternative. And it's awesome. It's awesome. And Blaine does a great job. The crew over there does a great job. And I'm trying to be the first person on the platform to hit 1,000 followers. Besides Blaine, because he owns it. But I might be the first person to 1,000. So we'll see if I'm able to make it. So anyway, that's good. I'm glad you're over there. 1992 space movie. 8 o'clock says, Jeremy, any thoughts on spineless Ted Cruz calling out Republican cancel culture, saying they'll use it to win their power, like Google didn't just confess to doing it to the last administration? Well, I mean, I've always thought Ted Cruz was spineless. I've never trusted Ted Cruz. There was a couple of times where when Ted Cruz got up there and started doing one of his passionate speeches about how they're going to do all these things and roasting Mark Zuckerberg, I kind of was like, oh man, Ted Cruz. But Ted Cruz has kind of always been that way. And it's never going to change. Ted Cruz is a complete and total fraud. Yeah, it's ridiculous. What is this? Okay, I haven't seen this. If you're going to watch one thing tonight, let it be this, Benny Johnson says. Okay, there's Jessica on the 5.
But who didn't get it? But who didn't get the pardon?
Comey missed out on the
Comey didn't get the pardon. So this is just the beginning. Everybody has to have their house in order. They got to make sure their taxes are right. They got to make sure they never lied to Congress. They have to make sure they never committed mortgage fraud. Because the difference here is these things are actual crimes. When you lie to Congress, it's a crime. When you obstruct an official investigation, that's a crime. They didn't have to bake up some fugazi, untested, unprecedented law thing like Bragg. Oh, Eric Siebert. He's basically Comey's best friend. He got stuck in there. Is that why
Pam Bondi and
Todd his son-in-law is in there. And then, like, all of Comey's, like, misfits are sitting in there. You get them out of there, clean out the scum, and put real people in there to do the job.
And Bondi.
Yeah, Cash Patel's a serious guy. And all he's doing is making it right. Now, Jessica,
he said he didn't know if Epstein ever trafficked anyone.
I'm not talking about Epstein.
Guy. No, that's about Cash Patel's seriousness.
We really don't care what you guys say or what you think or how loud you're complaining, because you guys did this, you started it, and we're going to finish it.
Does this count as Jessica's time?
No.
I do want to get to an example of
Absolutely perfectly said. Perfectly said from Jesse Waters. Love to see it. Hell yeah, that's awesome. By the way, I've heard some horrible things, okay, said about me, okay? Really hurts my feelings. And we're going to have to address it. We're going to have to address this, okay? You ready for this? Very upset, very hurt. So you guys call me a grifter. You guys call me a grifter. Well, apparently not good. I'm not a good one, because look at this right here. Patrick Bet David charges $48,000 for a 30-minute phone call. Let me say that one more time. Patrick Bet David charges $48,000 for a 30-minute phone call consultation. And he responded, and he says it's actually $48,000 for an hour of FaceTime and $100 for an audio text. Access is expensive. That is crazy. That is crazy. Like, what is happening here? Hang on, let me go back to it. Messed it up. Let's see. Do I hit forward? Okay, yeah, right here. Okay. So then down here, Candace Owens charges, where's it at? $22,500 for a 15-minute video call. $100 for a text. $100 for a text. Don't you ever call me a grifter again, damn it. Don't you ever call me a grifter. Holy crap. $22,500. Like, how did you get to the 500? So that is fascinating to me. So when they're doing their thing, like, okay, how much do we want to charge for a 15-minute video conference call, Candace? I'm thinking 22,000. Why not make it 22,500? Oh, There you have it. Like, how do you like make that? How do you judge that? That's crazy, bro. That's absolutely insane. But yeah, listen, if somebody's out there paying it, I mean, my theory on this, and I saw someone else say this, so even though I'm going to say it here, I'm not the person that made it up, but someone in the comment section said, if someone has $48,000 to pay you for a 30-minute call, they don't need to talk to you about how to make money. I mean, pretty damn true. Pretty damn true. This is crazy. I couldn't believe this. I was like, man, I gotta get the grifting game up. Muller Ram says, I tried to super chat 48,000, but YouTube would only let me, wouldn't let me. So here's $5. So YouTube is causing the problem. It's YouTube that's stopping and holding me back at this point. I see. Misery Wrong Thing says, happy Jessica. Chartar says, even little hats scoff at those prices. Flag Ninja says, happy Jessica. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, did you see Tim Pool's bonkers take on ICE wearing masks, literally saying they should accept the risk being mask free as part of their job? No, that's crazy. I did not, but that's a crazy take if that's what he said. Eric K says, Soros money manager Howard Rubin was just arrested on sex trafficking and running a BDSM sex dungeon. Multiple news outlets reporting. Really? Let me see if I can find that. You need to start charging $800 for the meetups. I will not. That's the thing, man. Listen, I'll never be as rich as Patrick Bet David, but I'm always just like, I don't know, man. Like, I think that there's just something to be said when you are an online content creator about realizing that you're just an online content creator. Like, I'm not special. YouTubers aren't special. YouTubers are retarded. That's really what it comes down to. So once you start thinking you're worth something more, that's where you lose the authenticity factor. You know, $10 entry fee would help. It would with the meetups, but again, I've said this 1,000 times. This is one of the most super chatted channels in the United States of America. I'm thankful for that. I got to find a way to pay that back. And so all of these big super chats that people see me getting, that goes to it, man. Like, that helps fund other things that we can do, and we can do free meetups and stuff like that. I just can't charge somebody to meet me, dude. It's just not who I am. I can't charge someone to meet me or talk to me. If you choose to pay me, that's fine. But I can't put a price tag on having a conversation with me. I just can't do it. Like, it just something feels wrong about it. But maybe, again, that's a classic reason of why I'll never be as rich as Patrick Bet David, though. 8 o'clock says she reduced it by 500 so she can use the first 5 minutes to talk about Israel. Brian Stewart says, here's $2. Text Beardo. Tell him I said Beardo fat. He deserves it too. I will. Ladybug says, well, here's some change for you. I'm not sending you that much. That's all right. You should never send me that much. Baba Yogi says, here's $2 for an hour phone call. You're worth it, Grifter. Storm Shadow says, longer Sydney Sweeney video for 48,000 super chat. Okay, that we're done. $48,000 super chat. I'll make the Sweeney clip longer. Okay, there we have it. Tommy says the protest libs support Trump. I'm going to be taking Advil and will be identifying as a pregnant woman. It's Tammy now, and you can't touch my belly. Eric K says, you should pay us to meet you. It's not special. I agree completely. All right, I'm trying to see where this. Oh God, what is this? No, I don't want to see that. What is this? I haven't seen this clip. Is this Trump today?
President Trump, are you worried now that the next time there's a Democratic president, they will indict your FBI director or people in your administration?
That's what they tried to do, right? They did it with me for 4 years. They went after me. They went after me for 4 years, and that doesn't include the 4 great years that we had in the White House. So when I ran it from, 2016 when we won, it began before I got to office. You know that. Wait a minute. Before I came to office, I started hearing rumors about Russia. I said, what the hell do I have to do with Russia? Nothing. And then it got worse and worse. And some of the fakers, not you, but some of the fake news picked it up and they loved it. And we went through a long time with that. And despite that, we had a great first term.
That's how it went, where they made you go and take a mugshot. Is this more about justice or is it about revenge?
It's about justice, really. It's not revenge. It's about it's also about the fact that you can't let this go on. They are sick, radical left people, and they can't get away with it. And Comey was one of the people. He wasn't the biggest, but he's a dirty cop. He's always been a dirty cop. Everybody knew it. And it's, as far as the case is concerned, he gave an answer. It was just...
He hates Comey so much, dude. He really does. It's great. Let's see here. Hang on. Gotta respond. Okay. Only Trump, man. Only Trump. We also got this right here. Whoopi Goldberg demands that President Trump is forcibly removed from office through the 25th Amendment. She claims that if Biden acted the same way as Trump, she would have said the same thing for Biden. Okay. Okay, sure. I mean, what are we talking about here, dude? Like, this is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that she would say that. What are we talking about? Good Lord, man. Just unbelievable. Now, something has happened. This is big news right here. This is breaking news. For the first time all day, Pam Bondi has gone on Fox News. It's the first time this has happened all day. This has not happened since yesterday. Pam Bondi has appeared on Fox News, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time today. I can't believe it. What is she saying right now?
Pam, I'm nervous for the country when I put it all together.
You shouldn't be nervous any longer because Donald Trump is in office and the weaponization has ended. We've made that very clear. Whether you're a former FBI director, whether you're a former head of an intel community, whether you are a current state or local elected official, whether you're a billionaire funding organizations to try to keep Donald Trump out of office. Everything is on the table. We will investigate you and we will end the weaponization. No longer will there be a two-tier system of justice. And we are working hand in hand, Director Patel and I, Todd Blanche, with our incredible intel community, Tulsi Gabbard, John Radcliffe, going nonstop around the clock. People will be held accountable. They thought they got away with it because they thought they would defeat Donald Trump at the polls, and they didn't. He won by an overwhelming.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, what she's saying, I agree with everything she's saying. The problem is, and I want to be clear. I've never been an Epstein list, released the Epstein list guy per se. They promoted it. They did those binders. They called these influencers in there and handed them the binders. I want answers for that. That's what I want. This is something tangible that happened. We watched you guys make a mockery of that situation, and I want to know why. I want to understand that. Again, all the other stuff about Epstein, I have no idea what's out there and what's not. I have no idea. What I do know is that this happened under this administration, under Pam Bondi's leadership, Donald Trump's leadership, and I want to know why this happened. Why did this happen? Explain this to me. How did you guys think this was a good decision? Because truly, this is really like the Epstein thing was always like a thing that was discussed, but the thing that sent the Epstein thing to the level it's at now, the source is that moment with Pam Bondi and those influencers. That's the source that reignited it and has elevated it to where it's at now. 100%. But her going on Fox News all the time is not helping at all. But again, I'm glad Comey was indicted. And I like that Trump said he definitely isn't the biggest fish. So they're probably going to go after other people. They should be going after him. So I don't disagree with things she said per se. It's just that all the other stuff that's involved in it. Eric K got that one. Little Jim's Halo says, Tim called ICE scared of serving in law enforcement wearing masks, saying you should not be scared. You should not be scared. Not all of us have private security. That's crazy to me because Tim was too scared to go to the Charlie Kirk Memorial. If he said that, but Tim was literally too scared to go to the Charlie Kirk Memorial, where the president of the United States of America was, where the vice president was, where the Secretary of War was, where DNI Tulsi Gabbard was. He was scared to go there. God. Mike C says, is it reverse grift? Is it a reverse grift if we pay you what we want you to say? I'm not smart enough to understand that question, but I'm just going to say yes. Thank you. S. Becker says, so if I finish only after 3 minutes, do I need to pay Candace for the full 15? Exit Hammer says this super chat self-identifies as at 199,000. If somebody sends me $199,000 super chat, you will cure all of my immediate problems. Brian Super says, Bro Island Cafe, try our new frothed milk tea. What? DJ Fitz says Jeremy Stash. Oh my God. I don't even want to see this. That's awful. That's not good. That's not good. We can't do that. No. Let's not do that. Okay. Okay. A couple more things and then we're going to have to wrap this up because I got an early day tomorrow. I know Kate was trying to have the all night CobraCast, but not going to happen. Unfortunately, not tonight. So Tartar says, Tim threatened to quit because people didn't agree that ICE agents should expose themselves like Brave Tim Jung Pool crying in his compound. Okay, I got to look this Tim Pool thing up. I got to see what you guys are talking about. Tim Pool ICE. Let's see if something comes up on Twitter. Let's see. I want to see if somebody clipped out the conversation. Or if somebody has a clip that they can tag me in that I can see. Oh, is this it? It's hard to find this type of stuff. Is this it right here? Is this it? Tim Pool came across like important, pompous ass tonight. ICE agents sign up knowing they are. Is this it? Is this the clip? Let me know.
To deliver on his electoral. Yeah, 50K signing bonus. Yeah.
And I think what
this is an ad for ICE now.
I think
people like,
and I think the logic there then that should be made obvious to everybody is we do not have men of action in this country. The reason why we need masks for ICE is because these men actually don't want to do the job. They do not want to fight for their country. They simply want the paycheck. And they're unwilling.
No. They want the mask because they love their family and they don't want to be doxxed and harassed by these crazy leftists. Oh my God. That is an unbelievable take.
Willing to take any risks to themselves, their family. They just want the money.
I don't
No,
think
I have
that
to push.
they're
That's
trying
I
to
have to push
mitigate
back
that
on
risk.
that. They're
Yeah.
they're putting their lives on the line. They're going into like drug dens. They're going.
And why
into,
offer them $50,000 to do that? Like, why do you need to offer 50 grand to somebody to come and take this job to do it?
economy is terrible. People got to get food on the table still. Like they got to be able to provide for their families. Like
And then my point is, it's pretty dang simple. If you're like, listen, I won't do this if there's any risk at all, and I want $50,000, it sounds like you are not someone who says,
dude, like there is a such thing as being completely out of touch with reality. And Tim Pool is a multi-millionaire. I don't know how many times over. He's bragged about it enough times. Even earlier, I made a comment that truly you could argue is out of touch because I said that I don't care if the government gets shut down. Do you know why I'm saying that? Because I don't have anything tied into it. There are people that will lose their livelihood. They will lose their paycheck if the government shuts down. I know the majority of the chat's going to say, no, fuck that. Shut the government down, Jeremy. I get that. What I'm saying, though, is from my perspective, it's easy for the loser with the microphone who's getting super chat sent to say, shut down the government. But there's other people that, will, that are looking at it going, dude, I might, whatever. I still stand by what I say, but I'm just letting you know that you could deem what I'm saying is out of touch. Tim is so far removed from reality that it's crazy. And on that note, John freaking Murdoch is here. Hey, Jeremy, still on the road. I see my wallet has been lonely without you. Travel safe. Chat lives matter. Mod lives matter. Now, let me show you guys how this goes. John freaking Murdoch sends a lot of super chats. Now, there's a couple of ways I could handle this. I could point out the fact that John didn't say road. He actually says read. But I said road to make it sound like John knew what he was talking about because I want John to continue to send me super chats. I could have said, John, in order for me to take you seriously, I need you to send the proper super chat with a proper 199 with the proper spelling. But I would never do that to John. And I would just say, John, my wallet has missed you too. Thank you for the super chat. How did I just pull all of that out of that? And then we'll see what happens. But it was fun nonetheless. Good to see you, brother. Let's continue to listen to Tim.
For my country.
Well, they're still taking on a lot of risks. The masks are so they can still do their jobs. Like it would be it would be just terrible for ICE if their agents kept getting mowed down because they're not masking. Like it's like we're trying to get a job done. We're trying to get all the illegals out, and masking helps push that goal forward. That helps us get closer. That helps us move the ball down the field.
Right. I'm just pointing out that if someone says, I don't want to do the job, how about 50 grand? Sure, I'll do it.
John Murdoch. Let's go. All right, we'll continue with Tim Pool, but it is the first proper 199 of the night. I will get to this. We'll go back to John's because we are reacting to this. So, John, thank you, brother. I appreciate you as always. And I'll leave that. We will highlight this, and then we will play Sweeney here in a bit. But I want to continue on this because I am a little invested in this topic. We got a few minutes to go, so let me back this up a little bit. Here we go.
It would be just terrible for ICE if their agents kept getting mowed down because they're not masking. Like it's like we're trying to get a job done. We're trying to get all the illegals out, and masking helps push that goal forward. That helps us get closer. That helps us move the ball down the field.
Right. I'm just pointing out that if someone says, I don't want to do the job, how about 50 grand? Sure, I'll do it. But can I wear a mask that no one knows who I am? It's like, that's not somebody who's like, America will stand for eternity.
Well, I mean,
what? Dude, this... Let me just keep.
That's protocol. I mean, right now, like I don't think it's a choice of the individual to not wear a mask. I might be completely wrong, but I imagine
that's a different argument.
I imagine right now it's protocol. But even if you do, like 50% of these guys, they are willing to have their face out there, take those risks. You're still going to diminish the force which is needed to go and
That's my
get the
point.
job done.
So
The job's
you
not getting
agree
done.
with what I'm saying? I don't
Well,
understand.
I'm saying even masked or not, that's still like a very noble thing. Like
I'm not saying literally every
I've
ICE
enjoyed
officer hates this country and is doing it for money. I'm saying the officers that don't want the job but were offered 50 grand and said, okay, I'll take it, but let me wear a mask, are the people who are just in it for the job.
I don't
No, I
think
think
so.
there are people that's just what gets them over the edge. But I think signing up for ICE, period. I'm not even trying to like do a rah-rah chest beating to like dunk on people. I'm just saying legitimately join.
Tim acts like the internet existed back in the day. Like no one knows better than Tim Pool about doxing and harassing. In the 1980s, in the 1990s, and 1960s, 70s, you're telling me that like those guys, the rah-rah American guy, there wasn't a fucking internet back then. There wasn't any of this. Now there is. You can find anyone, anywhere, at any time. They don't want their identity revealed for the safety of their fucking family. No one knows about this better than him, and he's still an idiot.
Joining ICE as like a decision is very noble because it's an inherently dangerous job for the same reason police officers. Like I don't think it's like a terrible thing that the NYPD has a little bit better incentives. Like makes sense. It's a very dangerous city to work in. Like you got to reward people for like the risk they're taking. I mean, I understand, but it's also ICE is like not joining ICE is not great for your lifestyle. Like you usually have to move to some pretty nasty communities oftentimes.
What is most offensive to me about the general conversation is that, you know, I stumbled into this. When I started making videos and doing this, I wasn't making money doing it. I was losing money. I left ABC Univision and I had savings and I was losing money to cover these stories. To, you know, travel to Sweden was a massive loss.
Yes, Tim, I have the same story. We did it because we enjoyed it and because we liked the creative freedom that it offered us. I lost money for 6 years, 7 years before I made anything.
Then I started making YouTube videos at a massive loss. I started getting threats from Antifa on the far left the whole time, losing money. And it wasn't until like a year and a half later, I finally cracked into the black and I was even. And then I started working really hard and making more money. And then with that, I had to hire more people, eventually bring on.
Tim literally just told the story of every entrepreneur that is not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. It's literally the story of every entrepreneur. But Tim is like, oh my God, I mean, I need you to feel bad for me because I lost money when I created my business. Yes, literally every entrepreneur has the same fucking story.
And, you know, security. Then I had to move, get away from the cities, all of which were ancillary to me just speaking out. And then I'm told that, and this happens all the time, how lucky I am for it. When I'm like, I just wanted to fucking live in a van down by the river, dude.
But so like, why did you do that? Why did you?
What's stopping you? Like, what's stopping Tim from doing that very thing? Nothing. He likes the money. He likes the fame. He likes the access. And there's nothing wrong with liking that.
Uproot your whole life. Do this in the red. What was the rationale towards that? Like, why?
Because I don't care about money. I care about country.
Okay, so you put the country before the money, but did you not also?
Then why do you charge people on your website to watch your uncensored content if you don't care about? Oh my God, I hate this argument. Multi-millionaire claims he doesn't care about money once he has money. Fucking shit, dude.
Consider like,
and other people won't, and I'm told I should have to while other people don't. I ask for a few good men to stand up, wave the flag, and say, I will die for my country. And then I'm told, no, Tim, you're wrong. Other people shouldn't have to do that. No one should take a risk. They should do a job and get paid 50 grand to do it. And I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this.
They're not pundits. They're just guys with a very simple job, which is
I think the risk to them
immigrants.
is substantially less in the broad sense. In the immediacy of the job of ICE, they face tremendous risk that I do not, which I have tremendous respect for, which is why they carry guns. They have armor, protocol, APCs, helicopters, all that good stuff. And that is an incredibly important job, and I'm glad people are doing it. If the argument is in the greater sense, I should be willing to accept threats and death threats and all that stuff My simple statement was, maybe I shouldn't do this. I'll make an AI channel with a VTuber.
But I mean, so like these ICE guys are still part of that risk is they get doxxed, right? They're wearing masks on the job, but there is still a risk that, you know, someone speaks to somebody else, he's an ICE officer, and his doc still gets out there. That risk is still there. Wearing that mask is just risk mitigation. The same way that if you have security, that's risk mitigation.
Which is
right?
Completely
They're
agreed.
still
Point
putting
taken.
themselves out there.
Completely agreed. Point taken. And my point is, like me, Benny, Ruben, we should all ice our channels, make new ones.
That's
with
what you want to do. Then yeah. But...
Okay, let me finish.
Yeah, no one stop. Oh my God. What the fuck is this guy on, man? What is he talking about?
Ice our channels, make AI personas masked, no names, that can share these messages. The message is successful and will reach a broader audience, but then no one will know who we are and we'll be safe.
You can do that right now. What is stopping you?
Well, if that's what you wanted to do, I'm sure you could do that today.
Charlie Kirk would be alive, right?
He would.
And
would he have the same impact? Would he have reached as many people? No. Of course not. People buy ideas from people. People want to want that parasocial relationship of, you know, going and watching your show, feeling like they know you.
Yeah.
Like kind of growing that thought process with you, consuming the news at the same time as you. That's a human interaction. Like AI and faceless content can't replace that. These guys aren't successful to be able to.
I don't think there is a personality that got into this I don't think there's a personality on the right that got into this business hoping to form parasocial relationships with people so that people would like them and follow them.
No. Of course not. That's not the intended effect.
On the left, I think
that's
basically all of it.
But I mean, like you see, when you were trying to get into the black, as you were discussing earlier, you obviously needed to work harder. What did working harder consist of? I imagine it was putting out more content, putting higher quality content out, and also sort of building your persona as an online figure, putting out more tweets, putting out more content, because that parasocial relationship.
Yeah, there's nobody, guys. I just want to make this clear. There's no one on the right that did this for prominence and fame. You know, like naming your entire show and website after you. Tim didn't name Timcast Barstool Sports. He didn't name it Turning Point USA. He didn't name it Geeks and Gamers. He named it Timcast.com. Every single person that works for him has his name, his first name on their shirt or website or paycheck or what. It's Tim. I work for Timcast. I work for Timcast. I represent Timcast. I represent, because you wanted the fucking fame
that you create then leads to success, right? Whether you're aware of that or not, like that is the reality, right? People know Tim Pool, right? They want to hear your opinion on things. They value you as
I understand that.
Well, I'm not saying like you wanted that parasocial relationship from an egotistical point of view.
I am no Charlie Kirk. I am no Donald Trump. I am no JD Vance. I don't want to be in charge. I don't want to be a leader. I don't want to run for office.
Your website is named timcast.com. And all of the people that work for you work for timcast.com. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to have an organization backing me with tons of people. I just have ideas and I wanted to talk about what I see. And largely, I wanted to complain about how the media lies to everybody all the time and correct that. And that's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it is getting increasingly dangerous. And I think that may be a principal component why I probably get more death threats than most other people, is that I pull up the sources on every story. We break it down and then explain why this is fake from the mainstream media. With no disrespect to the conservative side, they're largely just proselytizing conservative values, which is very effective and good for their side. And I'm not saying that disrespectfully, but as a threat to the left, it is much less threatening when a man in a suit says, you know, Christ is king. Here's why. And they say, that's not going to sway any of our people. But when an urban liberal from Chicago, say, here's the Wall Street Journal and the Hollywood Reporter proving the FCC did not play a principal role in taking down Jimmy Kimmel and the narrative from the left is fake. They go, he's fucking our shit up. So kill him. And then so, you know, I am wholly jealous.
That was wild. That was
apparently Dane Trump. For the same reason.
I still don't really know what Tim's point here was about ICE agents, but ultimately ICE agents, clearly, if you're putting yourself in that position for whatever money they're being paid, they clearly do love the country and they clearly want to be there to help the country because they're willing to put their physical well-being on the line and to protect themselves from being doxxed by these illegal immigrants who do not care about this country or the individuals in this country. Yes, they want to have their faces covered to protect themselves and their families. And I don't think that that is a very, very difficult ask of people that are putting their lives on the line to get these illegal immigrants taken care of. That was an insane take. Unbelievable. And I'm glad Tim doesn't care about money. I do, but Tim doesn't. Tim's the only businessman that doesn't care about money. He's the only one. Amazing how that works. Okay, back to this. So John freaking Murdoch sent a proper 199, the first proper 199 of the night. And you know how we celebrate those proper 199s, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Thank you, John freaking Murdoch, for the proper 199. Here we go.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm going to do it.
Do not come.
I'm going to come. Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming and now it's turned around. It turns around and it's coming and it's going to, I said, oh, because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's, oh.
Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Brian Stewart, I got that one. Got that one. Little Jim's Halo says he also said his death threats were more important. Yeah. Tim. Tommy says, doesn't Tim Pool wear his beanie so people won't recognize him on the street and attack him? I think that was his reasoning for it. When it got pulled off years ago. Z Herbs and Spices says, bro, would Tim say that about people in the military that gets paid? That's a retarded take. DJ Fitzy says, Jeremy Poole. Oh boy. Yikes. Steven says, Tim is afraid to show his head and has the nerve to talk. The beanie's too tight. John freaking Murder says, now I remember why I don't watch Tim Pool anymore. That's why, because you got CobraCast. That's why, John. That's why. Molar Ram says, Tim Pool says ICE agents want the money and are afraid to remove their mask. That fuck won't take off his stupid beanie. Kate says, can I have my outro? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Kate. Yes, you can. T Herbs and Spice says, is he angry ICE people are making money for a dangerous job? Apparently. Ministry of Wrong Thing says his argument would be just as bad if he said officers should not wear body armor because they should know the risks going in. Yep. Alin Jen says, Tim, $50K a year is barely above water. Not everyone lives in West Virginia, and he freaking knows from living in South Jersey. I can't stand Tim. Lass says, I guess Tim's mom took Tylenol. Hell, the 199. Blue Eyed Scorpio says, Federales cover face for dealing with the same people. Isaac says, that's why I name my stream the Golden Age Podcast, because Isaac Cast would be cringe as fuck. Tim is a vain little man. It's true. I personally would never name anything after me. I would never name a show after me. Unless I'm memeing on Tim Pool, which is how we got CobraCast. But no, that was the whole thing. Like, for those that don't know, CobraCast literally literally was a show that was meant to be a one-off to meme on Tim Pool. And you guys loved it so much that I just kept doing it. Oh man, I love this job. I really do. CobraCast IRL. Yep. Don't let your memes be your dreams. Tim copied Jeremy 100%. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Maybe I should sue him. I don't have enough money for that though. So let's see here. What is this? Elon tweeted out, is the algorithm starting to feel better? No, Elon. It's not the Twitter algorithm though. It's not the Twitter algorithm. So Legalize Adulthood messaged me. He says, tell everyone, he says, hail the 199. Hail legalize adulthood. So you want everyone to hear it from him. So he was just texting me. Wait, this isn't CobraCast? Which Jeremy is this? Yeah, I can't keep up anymore at this point. So, yo, I heard a lot of people complaining about the algorithm today. Really? Huh. I mean, look, whether it's YouTube, whether it's, Twitter, which are the only two major platforms I'm ever on, whatever I click on, I'm going to see more of it. And on Twitter, I'm just clicking on political stuff for the most part and G.I. Joe. That's pretty much all I see. I see political stuff and G.I. Joe stuff and JD Vance memes. JD Vance memes are a pretty big deal, actually. So I see a lot of them. I mean, okay. So, I almost kicked myself out of this lobby again, by the way. Okay, I got to show you guys this. There's one thing that we need to look at before we end. Do you guys remember? And this is why JD Vance will become the next president of the United States of America. Gotta find it. So if you remember, okay, right here, remember this video from MSNBC? Why you definitely should not share this JD Vance meme. You remember that? Okay.
On arrival,
it has 4 million views. It has 183,000 upvotes. Only 3,500 downvotes from 3 months ago. Now, many of you may not remember this, but if you want to see the single greatest comment section in the history of the internet, you need to go to this comment section on this video. So again, it's all about the JD Vance memes. And all when you go through the comments, okay? Let me go down here, the comment section. We are the Vancelings. Please feed us. This whole situation got turned upside down with an upside down JD Vance meme. This is getting really dark. We really need to lighten up with a lightened up JD Vance meme. It doesn't take a half a brain to understand how wrong and damaging this is. We need to take a very close look at ourselves as a nation with a close-up of the JD Vance meme. Guys, we should take a step back and objectively analyze the situation. Distant Vance is the name of the account. This is getting darker and darker with every day that passes. This situation demands our full attention. We should not give our backs to this with JD Vance. I would never stoop so low as to put this meme as my new profile picture on every profile available. This whole situation is so alien to me. with an alien JD Vance meme as the profile picture. Ladies and gentlemen, we are dealing with some of the most legendary content we have ever seen. This takes decades and decades to build and produce. This doesn't happen overnight. I'm glad she told us not to share this meme with such authority. I can easily have had the opposite effect and gone on forever with an opposite meme. Guys, I think we should stop and look at this from a different angle. Oh my God, it's so good. I don't think people understand the gravity of this situation. This is it, man. Oh man, what'd I do? What did I do? Hang on. Okay, here we go. Right there. So there it is with the gravity of the situation. Yeah, man, it's just great. So this is it's truly a riddle to me why anyone would think of doing this with JD Vance as the Riddler. This really has widened my eyes into what the country is capable of. Guys, we need to use our brains. Bullying him isn't okay. Anyway, take me seriously when I say nobody should share this meme. We need to get to the bottom of this matter. I can't stop. Guys, we got to take this seriously. Did you see how red he was last time he thought about this? I can't. All right. Anyway, the internet is the greatest place in the world. And if you know how to navigate it, then it can be very fun. If you don't, then you will get memed to hell. And that's what happens to the mainstream media all the time. SBZ says, make Beard of Shame great again. Don't we remember that? All right. So it feels good to be back. So this weekend is very busy for me. And then I'm traveling back to Florida on Monday. I hopefully will be rocking and rolling for a CobraCast Monday night. If I can stream from the road, I will. I have missed all of you. I really don't like not streaming. It feels weird to not get called gay by 2,000 people in the chat. So, but yeah, it was good to be back. And I really appreciate all the support. I appreciate you guys being so cool and awesome. And I'm going to leave you all with Sabaton, because Kate demanded it. So you guys have a good evening. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good night, a good weekend. Alabama plays Georgia tomorrow. Big game. I don't expect Alabama to win, but I will be pulling for the Tide. We'll see what happens. So you guys have a good evening, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.